everyone, welcome back to the Stitchy Corner with me, Miss Mel. Yep, I've been away again. I cannot seem to get healthy. That is the main problem. I get healthy for a few weeks and then all of a sudden I get sick again. So videos are going to be sporadic this year until we figure out what is going on. And before anyone asks, yes, I'm going to the doctors. Yes, we are investigating. And as soon as I know and I process it and I can tell the people who need to know first about it, I will tell them and then I will tell you. So don't worry, I'm still here. I will still be here. I'm not going anywhere. Also, I'd like to say a great big thank you to all of you, my subscribers, and welcome to all the new subscribers I have had. The new subscribers, I checked this morning today, put us at 1,000 subscribers. Actually, let me grab my computer. Unhook the webcam. Unhook the battery power. Here we go. We're gonna go check right now. Oh, those who haven't seen it, who remember when I first started making videos, I had a pink laptop. Pinky died, and now I have a new laptop. I don't want to know about the biggest gaming announcements from E3. I know, shocking. Okay, I don't want to know about the biggest gaming announcements right now from E3. Trust me, I will hear all about them later. I will find out about them later. I'm trying to tell you guys that as of right now at 11:37 a.m. Central Standard Time on June 15th, 2015, my channel is officially at 1,003 subscribers. Wow. Wow. Holy wow, guys. That's all you. That is all you. All I do is put up the videos. It's you guys that come and watch them and decide to subscribe. And all I can say is thank you, 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 thank you. Now we got all that out of the way. Let's get down to business, shall we? Let's see, what should we start with? WIPS, finishes, or haul, or Happy Mail? You know what, let's start with the haul. And I know I had promised I would film for you guys when I went shopping at Stitchville here in Minnesota. But me and my coworker have discovered we make really bad bloggers, because we got into the store, first we got in the car and it's a half-hour drive. So we could have blogged that way. Nope, we didn't. We get to the store, we're even there early. We could have set up and got ready to blog. Did we? No, we didn't. Basically what happened is we got in the store and we were like two kids. Oh my goodness. We were like, oh, let's go over here. No, wait, let's go over here. Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, I know I have been to Stitchville before. I know I've told you guys that I've walked in and have been, completely awestruck. And you would think that by my second visit, I wouldn't be awestruck, but I cannot help but walk into Stitchville and every time just be awestruck at the amount of stuff that is in that store. There is, I know for a fact, over 1,000 stitched models hanging on the walls, thousands of charts, hundreds of different fibers. She's got everything from punch needle to canvas work to cross stitch. It is mind-boggling the amount of stuff that's in the store. Plus all the stitching accessories. My God. I had no idea that I need a rosewood and a hand glass blown laying tool, but I do. And I will get them. Because apparently I need them. So we're going to get into the haul. So me and my friend went to Stitchville. I told you about that, me and my coworker. She hadn't been into a shop for a long time, so I decided to take her to to the one here in Minnesota, and we did fairly good. So the first thing I had to get was the Sparkly Pretties for Enchanted Mermaid. This was the whole purpose of the trip. Those four. I can't remember their names, but this is 85, 191, 15, and 14. So these will all be on the Mermaid. In fact, I will show you guys the Mermaid when we get to the WIPS. You guys will see that I have filled in some of the stitches with this. They look amazing. Nice and sparkly and pretty, pretty, pretty. We all know how much I love my sparkly. Sparkly, sparkly. And then I picked up a new pack of needles. I was trying out new needles. I mean, yes, I've been using DMC needles forever. But I seem to be burning through them. I mean, like, it didn't take long for the eyes to get burrs and for the finish to start wearing off the needles. So I grabbed a pack of bow hints. Oh my god. Life-changing. Seriously. Life-changing. Yeah, like a simple pack of needles. Life-changing. They feel wonderful in the hand. They pull through the fabric. It's like butter. Seriously, people, it is like a hot knife through butter, that bowhin needle pulling through the fabric. Oh my god. Huh. And then I purchased the pattern that everyone seems to purchase. Needleworker by Little House Needleworks. Love, love, love this pattern. People have shown you the fibers for it before. I'm not going to pull them all out and show you. But they are done with Crescent Colors. I think they have a new name now. Basically what happened is I think the son of the owner of Little House Needleworks purchased the recipes for Crescent Colors. I think they were originally named Classic Colorworks at first. They went out of business. He purchased the colors and the dye recipes and has kept it going. Amazing. I also then purchased fabric to go with it. I didn't use the recommended fabric. They recommend 30 count Creek Bed Brown by R&R Reproductions. I went with a 32 count Belfast linen in flax. I'll show you when we get to the finishes. Because I got home and I immediately started it. Yeah. Immediately. I love it. And then we discovered around a corner in the back hallway by the bathrooms at Stitchville is a clearance table. Clearance! Who loves a good bargain? I do. Now, the way the clearance table is set up, there's no rhyme or reason. You just have to dig. And dig we did. I think we spent just an hour alone at that table. Now, the first one I came across was a drawn thread chart. Got it for $4, so half off. It is the Catherine Maudsley from 1884 Reproduction Sampler. I cannot wait to stitch that. Look at that. Look at that gorgeousness. I cannot wait to stitch it. Now this uses needlepoint silk, so it uses NPIs, which I don't care. I will get. And it says, soon as my youthful lips can speak their feeble prayer to thee, O let my heart thy favor seek, dear Lord, remember me. In childhood's following years my tongue round to thy praise shall be, through life and on the bed of death, dear Lord, remember me. Now, everyone knows reproduction samplers are reproduced, wow, reproduced, from antique samplers that have some kind of precedence. Usually they're named, the names are stitched into it, the age they were and the year, and then usually that means they can then trace back the lineage of the person who stitched them. I love reproduction samplers. And then I discovered a pattern from a company I never heard of. My coworker has heard of them because she is awesome and great and has worked in needle workshops in I think the Salem area. And she's also originally from Maine. She's like East Coast girl. She's originally from Maine. She's lived in Maine. She's lived in Salem. She's lived in Nantucket. She's amazing. She's lived everywhere. She's an army daughter. I found from Carriage House Samplings. Never heard of them before. My friend said, oh, their patterns are great. You have to pick it up. So I picked it up. It's the Prudence Wilcombe Tombstone Angel. And it's a nice little primitive tombstone. I kind of like these. I'll probably stitch it and we'll have it hanging up around Halloween. The whole reason I chose this is because me and my husband, our second favorite holiday is Halloween. First, Christmas. When I get decorated for Christmas, you guys are going to see what I mean when I say Christmas throws up all over my house. Yes. Second favorite holiday is Halloween. We don't do much decorating here because it's a rental and it's hard to put stuff out on the front yard. And we don't trick or treat in our area. We go to a friend's house. So, trust me though, when we get a house, I will be all decked out for Halloween as well. Mark my words. But I love primitive designs, and I saw this, and it was primitive and kind of Halloween themed. I was like, oh, I love it. Perfection. Had to get it. And another one I found was from Blue Ribbon Designs. See, that's what I like about those clearance tables is you can dig through them and you will find designers that you had no idea existed. And then through the power of Google and the internet, you can find out more about them and to see if they're still in print. And if they are, haha, cha-ching! But from Blue Ribbon Designs, I got pumpkins and poltergeists. Yeah. I picked up 2 Halloween patterns in one visit. But I love it. It's primitive, and it is definitely Halloween. I can't wait to get stitching on that. But I gotta get Weeks. They use Weeks Dye Works. They do have the DMC conversion, but I've decided I want to do Weeks Dye Works because I love the hand dyes when you do primitives. It gives it so much more. And this one says, on All Hallows Eve, the walls will talk, the ghosts will rive, the spirits will stalk. The ground will shake, the skies will open, the sun will shine once death has spoken. And then you can put your initials and the year that you worked it. So I can't wait to work this one. What I'm planning on doing is stitching the whole thing to frame, and then I'm going to stitch the house separately and finish in a cube form to kind of put up and decorate for Halloween. So I will stitch something from this one twice. So there were my purchases at Stitchville. I danced around. Yeah, I could have bought a hell of a lot more. I didn't. I exercised restraint. I can guarantee you though, the next time I go back, if I have a big enough budget, there's no restraint. The restraints are coming off, and I'm going to have a hell of a time shopping in that store. I'm going to make the husband come with me next time. Okay, so now let's get into finishes. Last time I filmed, I had told you guys I had 6 finishes. I now have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 finishes. So between the last time I filmed and now this time, I had 7 more finishes. Let's get into those finishes, and I am going to show them in the order of which I finished them because I know the order of which I finished them. because I write it down. So as soon as I finish it, woohoo, it gets written down. This is my cross-stitching notebook. I use it to keep records. Like when I work on the Flower Bride, when I work on the Mermaid, Middle Earth, quotes. Basically, it's how long it took me to work on them. I keep notes, like when I started working with Sullivan's, if I liked anything about them. I also keep notes in here. Like finishes I have planned, like if I get some stuff and I want to, how am I going to, I want to stitch them, but how am I going to finish? So if I get an idea for a finish, I'll just quickly jot it down. So after the last time I filmed, the first finish that came up was Things That Go Bump. Yep, finished it, everybody. The Halloween sampler for the quote Sal from Cross Stitch It's Fun. I finished. Let me get it closer so you guys can appreciate it. La 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 la. Boom. And it says, to refresh everyone's memories, it is a Scottish prayer. I try to bring my husband's heritage into every holiday as much as possible. It says, from ghoulies and ghosties and long-legged beasties and things that go bump in the night, good Lord, deliver us. And there's something really cool. If I can get it to photograph, I'll post a picture. I filled in the ghosts because I didn't like how they were empty. It just looked unfinished to me. So I filled them in with glow-in-the-dark thread from DMC. So when I hang this up, when I get it finished, they are going to be glowing in the dark in the night. I have a plan of doing a quilted wall hanging with this one, because it will only be hung up around Halloween time. So it's not something that will be hung up all year round. So I don't mind doing a quilted wall finish with that one. Next finish is Mother's Love. I will have to insert a picture of the finish, and it's all in one. It's an FFO of Mother's Love. I stitched it for my mother for Mother's Day. What a concept. It's from the Primitive Hair. It says, a mother's love is pure. And then I finished it into a pillow. My mother does daily devotions, and I thought it'd be a nice way for her to rest her book on it. And it says, a mother's love is pure. I attached 2 blessed medals to them, a St. Teresa medal and a Mother Mary medal. And I will put a picture of it either here or... And then after A Mother's Love, I finished the mustache, which was my go kit. One of my go kits. It's a mustache. It's my son's. It's up in his room. I will also insert a picture of that either here or at the end. And then I did the St. Pat's Sal from Cross Stitch It's Fun. And this was and I did it for my husband. Now, the only thing that I had a pattern for, really, was the shamrocks. And this whole thing is stitched in DMC Variations floss. Yep, except for the white. The white is not DMC Variations, and the gold outlining is, I think, acrylic. But the shamrocks, the mug of Guinness, and the word cheers in Gaelic, I can't pronounce it. Don't ask me to pronounce it. I can't say it until someone says it first. It is this. Just a little one. I'm going to flat finish it, so it's like either an ornament or something. But these were the only things I had a pattern for. The rest of this was done on the fly. Yes, I did. I designed a glass of Cascading Guinness on the fly, and that is stitched with DMC and DMC Variations. The main color of the glass of the Guinness is is just a DMC, and then the Cascade and the foamy head is a DMC variation. So there's that finish. Oh, and then we had the Specialty Stitches Sal on Cross Stitch It's Fun, and I did a Jane Grenoff pattern. It's a little teaching pattern that was in one of the magazines. I can't remember. Wait, I have the records written down. Why do I tell you guys? I can't remember where. That's why I write stuff down, because I can never remember. Let's see here. And I didn't write it in my notes. But it is a Jane Grenoff pattern. It's called the Marigold Band Sampler. And it's just little, as you can see, I've started finishing it. I just got to get trimmed to cover up the gap here. But it's a flat finish. You do everything from hardanger to lots of hem stitches. There is not one cross stitch in this band sampler. Not a single one. And I stitched it, I think, in a day or two. Well, I started it on May 8th and I finished it on May 9th. Yep. And it kind of got me going, whoo, I kind of like my specialty stitches. Whoo, that hardanger was fun to do. I think I might do more. And then after that, the next finish was needle worker. So there's the fabric I bought, which is just a Belfast 32 count linen in flax. And there it is. I'm thinking of going back through and stitching some more of these birds to kind of hang up around it in their own little frames. This is going to get framed. It's going to get matted and framed. I have the mat here that I want to use. See, it's kind of cool. It's got a sheen to it. It's really awesome. Perks of being a framer. It's an acid-free mat. What I might do though is take some burnished silver Krennic blending filament something to kind of just ever so slightly backstitch along the thread line from the bird to the needle, just so it stands out a little bit more. But there's the needle worker. And yes, that's going to get framed and hung up right over my stitching shelf right over there. And that took me, how long did needle worker take me? A month. I started on April 18th and then I finished on May 18th. And then the next thing I finished was the Happy Home Sampler for the Sampler Sal from Cross Stitch It's Fun. This one was a load of fun to do. It was a bit of a pita stitch, and pita, P-I-T-A. Anyone guess what that means? Yep, pita. Thank you, camera, for cutting me off. You're great. I love you. I cannot wait to replace you. Pita stitch. Pita stitch is P-I-T-A. Paid in the woohoo. Yep, you got it. It's a pita. And that was because of the ombre effect of the letters. You don't use overdyes or hand dyes in this and carefully stitch it to get that ombre effect to the letter. You stitch the ombre effect with 3 different colors of DMC. Fun! But here it is. Happy Home Sampler. Now you'll see one thing I did different from the pattern is after you put your family name, ours is the Morrison home, you're supposed to put the established date of your home. Well, we couldn't really agree on an established date because of stuff. So I decided to put our names in there. So it says the Morrison home, Steve, Mel, Alex, and Ian. Yes, I charted out the letters and made sure they all fit. So there is all my finishes to date. And my finished pile keeps growing. My finished bucket here keeps getting fuller and fuller. And I keep hearing the cha-ching, 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 cha-ching of what it's going to cost to finish them all. Yeah. That's going to get expensive. Okay, now let's move on to Happy Mail. I got Happy Mail from Jennifer H. over on Cross Stitch It's Fun. And when she showed it to me, I was like, oh, yes, yes, please, yes, how much do I owe you? Nothing. Thank you, Jennifer. That was an extremely, what I'm about to show you what Jennifer gave me, extremely generous gift. It just, oh. People are so generous and it makes me feel warm fuzzies. But I got the Little House Needleworks Home of a Needleworker 2. And it's that one right there. And I cannot wait to stitch this as soon as I get the Crescent Colors. I'm stitching it on Crescent Colors. And this is also going to be hanging up in my home. That's right. Because this is a home of a needleworker. And then she included 3 of the sheep virtues. Now, I love everyone who over on Cross Stitch It's Fun who's gotten to know me through the Hangouts knows that there's a few certain animals I love. I love hummingbirds. I love owls. I kind of like avians, you know, birds I like, but hummingbirds and owls I love. I love squirrels. And I love sheep. I love sheep. And Jennifer gifted me 3 of the virtues. I got courage, wisdom, and peace. Thank you, Jennifer. I love sheep. And what I love is that each one of these has a button, has either 1 or 2 buttons, it has some kind of buttons on there, and a sheep. And I can't wait to get the rest, when I can get the rest of them. And I'm going to stitch them all and make it into, there's 12, so I will have 3 bell pulls with 4 sheep on each one. And then what was also included in the packet, in the little package that Jennifer sent me, was from the daughter, we have another mother-daughter team of designers in the world. Everyone knows Lavender and Lace and Mirabilia, mother-daughter. Little House Needleworks, Country Cottage Needleworks, mother-daughter. I got Spring from Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is bright and cheerful. It's not primitive, but it's not Americana. It's country, and I love that because I'm a country girl. Yeah, I live in the city, but guess what? You can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl. Sorry, husband. Sorry. Sorry, I will always be a country girl. I think after 9 years together, he's kind of realized this. And then what was also in the package, and I have been working on an ink circle ever so slowly. It's now gone into my go bag in my purse, is the Ghostly Mandala from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween edition from 2014, stitching it for my sister. I was reading through it and discovered, oh look, it's an ink circle. I love ink circles now. That pattern is fun to stitch. It has a beautiful repeat. I haven't worked on it lately because it's in my purse, and when I'm on the go lately, right now, it's to go either to the work or doctor. Yeah, I live an exciting life. But she included an ink circles in the package. It's number 17. It's the blue Morpho. I cannot wait to stitch that. That is gorgeous. And yes, I am going to stitch it in the recommended floss, which is Gentle Arts color, I think. Yep. Gentle Art, I think they're the sampler threads. Yep. Oh, 2 samplers, 1 shaker. So you use number 920, which is called Tropical Ocean, number 940, which is Island Blue, and they're of the Gentle Arts sampler line. And then you use 7082, which is called Piney Woods, which is from the Gentle Arts shaker line, which I cannot wait to stitch that up. So thank you, Jennifer. It brightened my day. It made me giggle and smile and feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And now let us get to WIPS. WIPS, 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 WIPS. Are we ready? Okay, let's see here. Oh yes, I made a bag. which WIP is this? This WIP is the Spring Sal from Cross Stitch It's Fun. It is the spring door hanger. It is from Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine. I can't really think in March 2008, but there it is. I finished the sky, the sun, and the top of the tree, and I started going down into the house. Loving stitching this one up. It goes pretty quick. The only thing that gets difficult with it is the big blocks of color, and then I use a laying tool to really make sure the stitches are lying neatly and flatly like they're supposed to, because it's going to be finished as a door hanger, meaning people are going to be really up close to it. There's going to be no glass between it and them. So they're going to be seeing every single stitch. So I'm taking extra time and caution to make sure that it gets finished beautifully. And then the next WIP is the Halloween Ferry from Nora Corbett, which I started for our Halloween stitch along over on Cross Stitch It's Fun. And I started on the day that we had our halfway to Halloween hangout. We did a private hangout that day. I think we had 2 going simultaneously. When they're private, it means they're not broadcast on YouTube. And the reason why we did this is because we had a movie hangout. So we had the scary, your pants off, make you pee them hangout for those who wanted to do that. And then we had the crybaby hangout where we watched a lot of animated Halloween movies because we're chicken shit. I just swore. Can I swear? Yes, I can swear. But should I? Oh, who cares? But this is what I got done. Oh, and by the way, I dyed this fabric myself. That is an ice dye. It was a piece of, I think, I don't know the count of it because it was just a random bit of DMC linen. Yeah, when DMC put their linen out, it's an old random piece of DMC linen that I used. It's an ice dye, and I did it with just Rit Black. But that's what I have done right now. And yes, as you can see here, I've started some of the skin. I am doing it 1/1. Why? Because I'm crazy. And then we have my Mirabilia Mermaid, Enchanted Mermaid. She's gotten some more love since the last time you guys saw her. There she is. As you can see, I got the face filled in. And I've started filling in some of the krennic. So her crown is now filled in. The leaves are starting to get sparkly. So I've gotten some more done on her. She's going to take a while to do. I don't know if I'll get her done this year. We'll see. No, wait, I won't get her done this year because I added up the cost of all the beads that goes on this after it's finished. Oh my god. $130 in beads and crystals alone. Seriously. And yep, it's the map, people. I've worked somewhat on the map. There it is. Husband has now given me a deadline on the map. And no, it's not the end of the year. I would have laughed. He has given me until his 50th birthday. He wants it finished and framed by his 50th birthday. And I said, can and will do. So this will be seeing more attention again. And then, because I love my husband and I want him to feel like he gets stuff from me, he gets stitched stuff from me and doesn't just go to other people and I don't just all keep it for myself, I started working more on his Christmas stocking. I have it on the scroll frame because it's an actively being worked on, but I am now down to the piano. This is the music room from the Better Homes and Gardens Heirloom Christmas Stocking. There that is. I've done a lot of the, it's rolled up, but I've done a lot of the backstitch. Now when I first showed you guys this, you guys saw the block letters where it said dad and had hearts on the letters and very country-esque. Well, Charity, Wonderfully Hopeless, over at Cross Stitch It's Fun, has a lot of the magazines that these originally appeared in back in the late 80s, early 90s. It was Cross Stitch and Country Crafts. They are no longer in print, so if you get a hold of these magazines, hang on to them for dear life, people. Your life. She had the magazines they originally appeared in. She had some doubles. Well, she was looking through the magazines and discovered, because I was talking about how when they were first put out, they had a companion stocking. And the companion stocking was just the wallpaper pattern on the stocking from the particular rooms. So, okay, I'll unroll this a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you see there the wallpaper pattern here on the back of it? You got a companion stocking that was charted with just the wallpaper pattern, and I thought that's what it was the wallpaper pattern with block letters. But no, she discovered that it had a completely different top band. And like I said, this is the music room. She had another copy of the magazine with the music room. So she's sending me her other copy. And what it is it has a different band. And my husband really didn't like this. So when I get my copy, what I'm going to do is frog this entire band and redo it with the other band that you got in the magazine. Now for the music room, she showed me a picture of it to make sure that's what I wanted to do. It's a poinsettia with a ribbon that I can attach jingle bells to. That's what I'm doing. I am changing it up. I am making it so that and when I showed my husband the alternate band, he liked it better. So, yep, he's going to. And now I'm also on the hunt for the copies of the magazines of the other 3 stockings I plan on doing, so I can do the alternate bands on those stockings as well. So I've started working on the stockings again. Husband's is almost done with the stitching, and then I gotta back stitch it, and then I'm going to start on July 1st. We're having a impromptu Sal over at Cross Stitch It's Fun. Yeah, impromptu Sal. Who saw that coming? Complete surprise. We are having a sale for Stitch a Christmas stocking, and a bunch of us are going to stitch the Stitcher Studio stocking from Better Homes and Gardens heirloom Christmas stockings. Also, they were, like I said, originally released in the Cross Stitch and Country Crafts magazines, and the one that the stocking that a group of us are going to stitch. Surprise, surprise, it's called the Stitcher Studio. Yeah, big stretch of the imagination there. But that is what it looks like. So that's a stocking I'm going to stitch for myself. And when I get my copy of the magazine that originally appeared in, I will also be doing the different topper. And hopefully the next video I film for you guys, or one of the next videos I film for you guys, you'll see the topper. And then my last WIP I've been working on it's an old one. It's an oldie but a goodie. It's a hand towel. It is a Santa hand towel. This is for my sister-in-law. I stitched her some other seasons. This was the last one I had working. I gave her the other ones because they were done. I just need to finish this and get it to her. That's all I have to do is just finish it. It's so close. See? Very close to a finish. All I have to do is finish stitching the trees in and then backstitch. That's it. It's taken me forever. My God. But yeah, that's all I have to do to get that finished, and then she gets that and she has her whole, just a set of different holiday towels then. Little hand towels. But that is it. Now I'm not going to say see you guys next month. I'm just going to say see you guys next video. As I explained in the beginning, just a reminder, My videos are going to be sporadic until we figure out what's going on with my health. So until then, happy stitches, keep those needles moving.